body language of Jyotiraditya Scindia is looking very promising. Do you think that he is going to be the CM face?
Nagviji, honestly, in BJP, anything is possible. The only constant in BJP is a surprise. Surprise element is the only constant. You don't know what they will crop up. There has been talks of Chote Maharaj taking over the CM, and there has been talks of Shivrajji coming to the center as a cabinet minister. There is, it's exactly the Sarvanand Sonowal, Hemant Biswa Sharma model. And some people had a issue with that logic. No, he's from Congress. How can you do it? But if you look at Hemant Biswa Sharma ji, he was again from Congress, and he's proven to be a brilliant chief minister. So, like way, that is not a possibility which you can roll out, because that is what Scindia ji always wanted. Second thing is, you see, another thing which Mr. Scindia ji works to his advantage is that he controls a substantial amount of seats. He would want to consolidate his state before going to the big post, because today he's moreover confined to Chambal. But if he tomorrow, 10 years, 15 years down the line, if he is controlling whole of MP, if he becomes another Shivraj Singh Chauhan, wherein he can control the whole MP, then you can be a contender to Yogi Adityanath and anybody who's in the next level of leadership for the bigger post. So it might work for him. Or we might have even a surprise Naqvi. They might have somebody like Khattar Saab somewhere waiting, whom we don't know, who we don't know what their name is. Suddenly you might have a Pracharak or a Pracharak which will be brought up and say he's the new chief minister. It is a possibility, and looking at what I know about BJP, they would have done all these scenarios. If we get 120, what to do? If we get 150, what to do? If we get 160, what to do? So for all the options, they would have a plan in process, and there will be only three people who will know it. It will be Modi ji, Amit Shah ji, Nadda ji, and DL Santosh. Four people who will know completely what is happening. There will be no fifth person in the BJP who will know it. So they might even have done this scenario-based planning. If at 120 what, 110 what, 160 what. So which of these options they are going to unveil, we have no idea. It can be Chota Maharaj, or it can be even a Pracharak, like a Khattarji ka cousin brother, not literally cousin brother, Pracharak or a Swayam Sevak, which nobody knows. He can be the new leader. Who knows?
But Sumitji, for Rajasthan, Balak Nathji is going to be the supreme in the state.
Naqvi, my gut feel on Balaknath ji is that, yeah, he is projected as a leader. He is going to be like Mr. Mishra, what Mr. Mishra is in MP. But him taking over the CM, I personally, I have no information, but I personally feel that that may not happen. Again, you will have a surprise there. There are 2-3 camps, to be honest, in Rajasthan. So what will be, usually when you have a lot of camps, you come up with something which is not from the any camp. So it is like a, this is the leader, you have to live with it. So what they are going to do in Rajasthan, we don't know, because there are at least 3 power centers there. If I don't say camps, there are 3 power centers here. So my gut feel is a compromise, not a compromise candidate, a parachuted candidate is an option which they might go with, and then within these 3 power centers, you might divide the power. But again, the parachuted candidate will have the veto power. So that is how you keep all the power centers in control and also let the government run. Because if any of the one power center takes the big seat, other two will work against you. If you place them all together and there's a new CEO who is brought in, who is hired from the market, for example.
Suggestion, Sumit, for you and for BJP, that in Rajasthan, the welfare schemes should be carried out further.
Of course, Naqvi, that is given. If you see, now there are a lot of schemes. Even if, for example, if I take the example of West Bengal, Ayushman Bharat is not allowed to be in West Bengal. I don't know why they are depriving people of West Bengal from that. A lot of Congress administrators states they were not allowing Ayushman Bharat to happen. Well, as Ayushman Bharat works brilliant. So I'm very sure, because once the BJP comes into the power, whatever are the schemes, if you look at Mandreka and Narega, they were not the BJP's brainchild, but they were continued. They were not dismantled. That it is for Congress, let's cut them. So they are still continuing. So I think the race will be more development and more schemes. What BJP believes is, if you have a line and if you don't want to make it look smaller, you draw a bigger line. Don't try to use an eraser to cut it. Draw a bigger line so that there's a comparison. Now today, whether we like it or not, I think the development politics has hit India. I think the regional parties are weakening substantially, where Congress and BJP are able to give a substantial, what we call in Hindi, a vikalp, a substantial option. Regional parties are really not able to hold the fort. If you look, the biggest surprise is Telangana. BRS is literally dismantled because Congress has come as an alternate. Now, if likewise, if you see in Madhya Pradesh, where is the regional parties? If you see in Rajasthan, where are the regional parties? I'm seeing a new trend happening, sir, because if you have these parties coming up, if you're Congress and BJP giving substantial alternates, the biggest loser is the regional parties. They are starting to get decimated. This is a new trend, not only happening at the Lok Sabha level, but even at the assembly level. This is a trend what the regional parties have to watch out, because people ultimately feel that there's not worth of putting money on their back, because they won't be able to deliver anything if they get into a confrontational mode with the center. So how is state going to progress? If you look, for example, you know I was surprised to see there is no regional power in these three states, and BRS getting out, where Mr. Chandrasekhar Rao thought of he's the next prime minister candidate. Now, I think Mr. Lalu Yadav, Mr. Nitish Kumar, Arvind Kejriwal, I think these Man Saab in Punjab, they'll be all worried looking at this trend, because this is not a very good trend for them. And they could say that we could get together and now where does the India Alliance hold to? Where the logic was that the regional powers would get together and make a power in the center. But the regional powers in your own state, you are not able to hold the ground. Forget in Lok Sabha that you are able to, capture the ground at a, parliamentary elections level. So there are a lot of changes which this election is going to dictate.